Hello, everyone. My name Devan Ganguly. I have got a very short presentation for you, for especially for people who are working from home and their well-being. This question came into mind when I first got in through with one of the issues that I had, and I thought it's a very good place, and it might help three or four others, and the methods and the processes that I have done. Uh, I also, have done a little bit of reading as to, what actually works for corporate employees, and this is what I've got. So I'm not selling anything. I'm not sponsored by anyone, and I don't want to be sponsored by anyone. So, but then it's an interesting topic. I would be happy. I would be actually happy if I could help someone about it. So, let's give it a start. So, okay, first, questions that come to mind when you're working from home, and is, do you feel overworked? That means that are you doing more work than usual that you normally do when you're back in office, or when you're in office environment? So if you feel you're overworked, that's a very common question that has come to me, to my friends, and there are methods that can actually help to overcome this question. We look at the methods later. Second question that might come to your mind is, uh, continuously working in and out from home, from the same workstation, from the same workplace. Might be your bed, that might be your a workstation that you've made for work from home, and you start missing office, speaking to someone, just having a casual chat, just having an engagement of as to how you conduct yourself and things like that. So, do you feel repressed and you do miss office? That you could have done things differently if you were in office, and um, so things like that. So, if that's a question that comes to mind, that's very much the right questions that you're asking, and it's nothing to be alarmed about. It's pretty easy. Let me tell you all these questions to overcome. Right now, the third is, continuously when you're working and you don't, you have a complete lockdown at your place, and you're not allowed to go outside your house, not allowed to interact with a lot of other people. You're mainly buying things from online shops, or you're actually avoiding any chat with your neighbors or anything of that sort. This do you feel fear about what people are thinking about you? Because you know humanly, it is keeping up appearances, public appearances is kind of a usual social way, or you're socially detached from from the world, and you're that might be because of a work, and before you had to have office parties, or you had parties at your place, or you used to go out, hang out somewhere, chill out somewhere. So if that's the question that comes to your mind, that's very, very rightly said. Now, all these questions that I have stated are actually indicating that you are stressed. Yes, you are stressed to a point that this level is something that you can't express. That I'm very stressed, but you might have not worked that much, but you're still feeling stressed, and it's hampering your productivity. It's hampering your life, in general. So yeah. So if you feel that these are the questions coming, you are stressed. Now, I've got three simple uh, header points which I follow to actually uh, detoxify myself from the stress, or de-stress myself, or relax myself, right? So the first thing that I follow is I take out time for myself. Now, I normally give myself 30 minutes. So if you feel stressed, take out some time for yourself, for you. It is important to have some me time, right? And that's not speaking to your to your spouse, to your girlfriend, or to anyone, to your kid also, maybe to some time, for some extent. That is not me time. Me time means it's you and yourself sitting alone, and you're disconnecting from whatever you're doing. So if you're watching a video on your mobile, which is also addicting, uh, so just disconnect yourself to it. Think of something that is, when you're disconnecting, what would you do? It's a blank space. So you've got to fill that blank space with some happy moments which you had from your last trip, some happy moments that maybe you've got an award, some happy moments of something that has happened to you in your family. Think about something. Do think about something that after this is all over, because this is eventually going to be over, and what are you going to do? Where you're going to go out. So plan a fun trip, do some research for that fun trip. So you learn something out of it, that this place is good, and better planning has a better trip, trust me. I've tried that, it works. So number two, the second major step that you have to do, engage in one daily activity without fail. One daily activity means, might be, if you want to listen to music, give yourself 30 minutes of relaxing, or whatever type of music you like, right? 30 minutes to yourself, right? The best way of detoxifying and de-stressing yourself is at any point of the day. It doesn't have to be early in the morning, doesn't have to be late at night, it doesn't have to be anytime that you're doing. Whenever you get time, 30 minutes is when you can meditate. Now, meditation is being taught as in, you have to concentrate here and there and things like that, but you really don't need to do that. So you need to sit down, close your eyes, put your headphones on a very light meditative music, which you'll get in YouTube and stuff like that, and sit down for 30 minutes, right? That might help. If that doesn't, then maybe you can do something like, have a small plant of yours, water your plant, right? Have a look at all your plants that you're doing. But whatever you do, make sure it is for a solid 30 minutes, where people don't disturb you and say that, hey, you know what, can you just uh, carry this one out, or can you just put the trash out, something like that. So don't listen to all of that. Now, the next is, look you look at your, uh, it's a very, very important step. That is, first of all, looking at yourself in the mirror. It's like something very dumb. Who looks at himself in the mirror just for 30 minutes? You don't have to do that for 30 minutes. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm telling you to close yourself in a room because I don't want people to see what you're practicing with yourself, because you're trying to detoxify yourself. You're not doing it for anyone else. So this is for you, right? So close yourself in a room. Uh, you know, Stare at the mirror. With a happy face. Just say, "I can do it," right? So it depends on the situations that you have. So if you've got something very tough that's coming up, which is, and you're expecting that it's going to stress you out too much, just close your room, 15 minutes, stay with yourself, and look yourself in the eye and say, "I can do it. I can really, really do it." And that actually helps. That helps. And second is, if you're depressed, your boss has been, he's been scolding you for a very long time, or he's been, acting outrageous with you sometimes, right? So in those cases, just when your self-confidence and your motivation is at the lowest, close the room, stand in front of the mirror, give yourself 15 minutes, look yourself in the eye and say, "I believe in myself." So if you say, "I believe in myself," it will give you some kind of a boost. Whenever you feel that, you will remember that you're standing in front of a mirror and you're saying, I believe in myself, I can do it, right? And then this is, so if you're like, you're in some deep, deep trouble and you're troubled inside, again, close yourself in a room, give yourself 15 minutes, right? And say, "This is just a phase and it will pass soon." Because trust me when I say it will pass soon, it will. All of us will come on the brighter side of it. So these three steps are very important for detoxifying yourself and things like that. So that is what are the three steps. I'll show you once again. So number one, take your time, take some time for yourself, engage in one daily activity without fail. And third is, look at yourself in the mirror and say some motivating. I've just given some examples. You can also go for a hot bath, and after a hot bath, just give yourself 5 minutes, look at the mirror, and you will feel good, because you will feel a presence with yourself, right? So that is very, very important. That's a very important part of detoxifying. Next we have is, last step almost, is understand why we need these, right? So this is for, especially for people who are working from home, who are who have signs of stress in them. So the questions that you're asking is actually because of stress within you, right? So in these challenging times, when you know all others feel that working from home is damn easy, and it's nothing. It's just sitting at home, enjoying yourself, with a hot cup of tea whenever you feel like, and things like that. So it's also toxifying your mind, because you're actually trying to engage yourself in such a way, is, oh, there's no one I can speak to, or this is something that I need, and you instantly go and ping, and that's not something that you used to do before. So you used to, you know oh man, give it a thought, and then you should ask your friend just beside you, maybe on the cubicle just opposite to you, or you'll walk up to someone and say that, what, I've got this problem, what do you think I should do? This second opinion is missing throughout in the work from home scenario. In office, you feel that your superiors can't see the dedication of work, right? Now, understanding why we need it is, these are the very simple statements, is that in office, you feel that your superiors can't see the dedication of, so even if you're working very, very hard, and your superiors are actually busy with their stuff. And if it was an office, it was a different thing, because you would have interacted with them maybe once or twice in a day, right? So that's a vibe that keeps on coming. Again, that's communication that's missing. Yeah, so the communication is very important. Now, people surrounding you feel that work is now very easy, whereas it is not. It is the same difficult work that you were doing back in office. And because you were in office, people had thought that you were very busy and things like that. But you were busy at office and you are busy at home. So if you're working from home, you are busy, right? So people, so change, make a difference. Tell them that, no, you know what, I'm busy. You might not be busy at that single moment, but you are busy, right? So make people understand that you are busy. Now, again, you're missing in the conversations that you had with different people that reduce your stress level at office. So communication. So we are missing communications at home. I'm missing that, and I've heard a lot of my friends that are missing communication. That you know maybe we can just give it a call, but having a one-to-one discussion and having a telephonic discussion has a lot of differences, has a lot of pros and cons. I'm not going into that, but yeah, that is missing, right? Again, the third thing is you're watching too much of news that is having an adverse effect on your well-being, right? So the news breaks out COVID-19 issues, breaks out issues that are uh, you know pertaining to serious issues, serious political issues, people who are interested in political matters, issues with the education that's going on, how is the online classes going on, and things like that. So too much of news is actually disturbing your balance or your work-life balance or your well-being on it. So yeah, so watch the news. Have the normal way you did when you actually went to office, and don't too much overstress yourself with news and news. So that will again have an adverse effect on your well-being, and that might increase the level of stress. So that's about it that I actually had. Now the next is, if you've got any questions and feedback for me on this one, so you want to be heard, message me on tebanyanrulzz@gmail.com. You want to be heard, you can always message me on that one, and I will, find out something with, with the counselors, or whoever I can go to, or if I have something which I've already read and which I've done my research on, the feedback, and I'll get back to you. So if you've got any questions and feedback, please do write down to me. And thank you very much for joining. It was an immense pleasure to give this out. I was actually feeling very nervous, but I'm feeling nice now. Thank you very much. So thank you very much again for watching the video, and you have a lovely day ahead. Bye bye.